It's just so obvious to me. And so non-fungible tokens are going to be a big part of all of your lives. I really believe that. I think this is a space, like a real space.
And so all of a sudden art gets its value from scarcity. And so the blockchain allows you to do that. So now we're going to see artists for the first time ever create art digitally, right? The great artists. They never did before.
Well, most people think of artwork when you mention NFTs, but an NFT can be just about anything. An NFT is basically a proof of ownership. You own it, and it can't be taken from you.
This popularity of NFT creates new opportunities for new art platforms, motivating people to buy art from internet platforms and promoting copyright or originality.
You want to know what makes me happy? NFTs. To finally see a movement that truly appreciates art is genuinely heartwarming. It's all about the art, as they say.
As an artist, why it's so exciting is because it turns digital work into something that can be owned. I've never seen that before in my all my years of creating digital art.
So today, I want to make this video going over some of the finest art the NFT space has to offer. I'm sure we're in for a lot of good stuff. So I wanted to start off with this real hot classic. You'll probably remember it. When I first saw this one last year, I knew NFTs were a good idea. What better way is there to commemorate the legacy of a beloved actor and hero, Chadwick Boseman, than making an NFT of his disembodied head suspended in animation to be auctioned off at a convention to some of the world's richest people? Nothing feels satanic and evil about that at all.
Nope. Hello guys, welcome to another video. We are going to be trying to do the longest bruh sound effect 2 you've ever seen. Bruh!
I really like the touch of coating his head in gold, as if the artist literally took Chadwick's head and dumped it into a vat of molten gold like something out of Game of Thrones. And I appreciate what are very clearly stock assets used to make the scenery here. In fact, everything in this image is a stock asset. Very well done. I would definitely trade some of my most valuable monkey JPEGs for this. Next up, we have a classic comic book character. He's pretty obscure, so no notable film appearances yet, but I'm sure he'll make an appearance in Phase 7 of the MCU or something. So what we have here is a guy standing in front of some soap bubbles or something. I don't really know what's going on here. Now, while the art might be a bit whatever, what really makes this for me is the fact that this was being promoted by the official Stan Lee account on Twitter, which really blew my mind. Like, what a good way to sell a pyramid scheme, by using the official social media account of a dead man who never would have consented to such a thing. That's what I really like about these NFT guys. They think outside the box. They think of new ways to promote their scam. I mean, their art. Not scams, art. In ways most people don't. Next up, we have some classic Avenged Sevenfold NFTs.
How's it going, everybody? We want to introduce you to something that we've been working on tirelessly and we're very excited about. That's called the Death Bats Club.
You guys probably don't know this about me, but Avenged Sevenfold was the first band I ever discovered. Like back in the day when I was 13, all I listened to was Avenged Sevenfold and Nightcore. So I have a lot of love and respect for these guys. So, I wasn't at all totally crushed when I found out my favorite band was promoting a pyramid scheme,
What we found is that with NFTs, we can bring that all in-house and make it much more personal. So for instance, if you want to get a guitar lesson from Sinister Gates, how do you go about doing that? If you want to play a round of golf with M Shadows, how do you go about doing that? We can simply do it instantly on the blockchain.
There's quite a few here, but I suppose my favorites are the cowboy one and the funny clown nose one. Real good stuff. Not a big fan of the barfing one though. Doesn't really make sense for a disembodied skull to be able to throw up like that, So I'm really digging what Avenged Sevenfold is doing here. Sure, Avenged Sevenfold hasn't released a new album in like 5 years, but I definitely think it's better that as a band, they promote a pyramid scheme over, making music.
Hello, everybody. We want to introduce you to some...
Wow, what a cute farmer boy. As you can see, it's worth a lot. A whopping total of 0.18 BNB. Whatever the frick that is. The blurred background adds a really nice depth of field, I think. Simple but compelling. I think that my favorite part of this, though, is that this art is actually stolen. Really cool. Next up, we have this interesting new fusion of NFTs and music. Pretty revolutionary stuff, fusing music with crypto. I'm sure that won't be a disaster at all. Oh, it's stolen. Wow, I really like this cute animation. It's called Martha. It appears Martha's breakfast is getting to the bottom of why she's feeling down or something. You know, just really cute stuff. I love seeing the NFT space fuse with animation. I think the possibilities of using animation as a form of crypto are immense, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Oh, it's stolen too. Okay.
What's the matter? What's the matter, Martha?
What's the matter? Haven't you noticed? We have been stolen to be sold as part of a pyramid scheme. Our creators' honest work, ripped from their hands for the slim chance of some profit. And there is nothing that can be done to stop this. Even if this NFT gets taken down, many others will follow. Artists are having their work stolen by these NFT dumbfucks and we cannot stop it. That is the matter.
Wow, the artist that made this collection is really talented. They have a strong talent for rendering compelling characters in these dynamic poses in this simple portrait format. I sure hope these aren't stolen. Oops, it looks like they are. They're stolen. Everything is stolen. Now this next one gotta be one of my personal favorites of all time. That's right, George Floyd NFTs. What a good idea. Now, I believe what the art on display here is so effectively delivering is an astute commentary about George Floyd's life and the many faces of those affected by police brutality. You know, NFTs are all about the art, so I'm sure there's some meaning in this. It can't just be an edgy joke exploiting someone and their tragedy for profit, right? If I had to choose a favorite, it would definitely be the Joker one, though. In fact, the inclusion of 2019 Joker really tells me everything I need to know about whoever made this. I'm getting the vibe that the creator of this has probably never felt the touch of a woman before, or just been outside. But you know what's better than George Floyd NFTs? That's right, Etika NFTs. What better way is there to celebrate the life of one of the most energized and influential streamers of all time than to turn them into a hollowed out caricature? What I really love about this art is how the bleak, soulless eyes perfectly capture the energy and life Etika was full of. Really compelling stuff. I also like the detail of adding the bridge in the background where he committed suicide. Very tasteful. If you're just now thinking that this feels exploitative or cruel, you haven't been paying attention. NFTs are exploitation. I sure do hope that whoever made this doesn't someday accidentally walk in the traffic and get hit by a bus and become deceased upon impact.
Damn.
That would be really sad and terrible. I would feel bad because they wouldn't be able to make any more awesome NFTs like this. Okay, I'm dropping the bit now. NFT art is bad. And when it's good, which it is sometimes, it's because it's stolen, which happens all the time because the NFT and crypto markets are completely unregulated by the government. It's basically a libertarian's wet dream, aside from abolishing the age of consent and child labor laws. That means that art theft is commonplace, and there's really nothing that we as artists can do about that. But don't give in to despair. NFTs are a fad. A coordinated trend pushed by a bunch of corporations and rich people throwing money to every celebrity and influencer with a social media account to give the impression to common people that NFTs are the next big thing. Don't fall for it. The hype is completely artificial. It exists only because the rich people pushing it want suckers to buy into it so they can see a fat reward. That's how pyramid schemes work. And yes, NFTs are a pyramid scheme. The douchebags pushing NFTs are just the latest of a long line of insufferable morons coming out of the woodworks telling you they've just reinvented the wheel.
What's very clear is that the alternative investment ecosystem, the growth of blockchain in general, societal norms, digitization of our society, you know, what's a blue check worth to a lot of people? is what I say to a lot of people. They're like, why would I buy this? Status. We wear brands to communicate who we are. We have facial hair and wear hats and live. Like, we are creatures that communicate with each other through our purchases and our behaviors. Like it's who we are. And so to me, this NFT journey is amazing. The community is amazing. I haven't felt like this since.
Don't give these morons what they want. Repeat to everyone over and over and as loudly as possible that NFTs are a scam, and most importantly, that the art is terrible. See ya.